If you're looking for the most impactful thing that you can do for animals today, you just found it. You can help free animals from cruel cages across the European Union and beyond. The action takes only about 10 minutes to do and can have real consequences for animals. So keep watching to find out more, because I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. Like me, you want to see a world where millions of animals, like hens, pigs and rabbits, are not kept in cages on farms. The EU has the power to end these cruel practices and others. Yet despite the EU's power and past promises, no progress has been made. But right now, the EU is seeking public input on animal welfare policy. This is your rare chance to make your voice heard. Doesn't matter if you're not an EU citizen, because anyone can take part. So speak up for animals by taking part in the questionnaire now. Just a few minutes of your time could really help millions of animals. Right, let's do this together, step by step.
Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is create an EU login account. You can do that easily just by following this link. Just type in tiny2.me/act for animals, and it'll take you to this page. This is the main consultation page. Just scroll down slightly and you'll see this button, respond to the questionnaire. Click there. And this is the point where you can either log in if you already have an account, or create an account if you don't. So we're going to create an account today. I'll input my details and my email. It'll then ask you what language you want to do the consultation in. You can choose any of the 24 official European Union languages, and then just click this box to acknowledge the privacy statement and go ahead and create an account. Then you'll see a page like this thanking you for registering, and it will say that you'll receive an email in order to complete the registration process. So go to your email account, click the link in the email, and it will take you to here. You just need to input a strong password and then submit. Following that, you can just proceed. And it should redirect you to the actual page about the consultation. So now you can finally complete the questionnaire. But don't worry, I'm going to talk you through the whole thing. There's going to be a mix of multiple choice questions and questions where you actually need to write your own response. But first it will ask some basic personal information from you. So just scroll down. You can ignore this first box and start here. The language of my contribution. Just select what language you want to take part in. I'm going to select English. And then you need to choose what kind of person you're going to give your submission as. I will be doing it as a non-EU citizen because I'm British. Many of you will be EU citizen. My name, surname and email are already populated. Probably yours will be as well. And then you need to select whether you have very good, sufficient basic knowledge about legislation related to farmed animals. I'm going to select very good. Next, it'll ask you to choose your country of origin. I'm going to scroll down and choose United Kingdom. This next session just asks you whether you're happy for your responses to be made public. I'm fine for mine to be public. And finally, I just need to tick I agree with the personal data protection provisions. Great, so now we can actually start with the questions in the questionnaire. I'll be showing you how I plan to answer, but don't forget this is about your opinion, so feel free to answer differently if you prefer. This first question asks whether you agree that the things listed are problems. And I've chosen to select fully agree to all of them. Question 2 wants to know how important you think the following goals should be when revising animal welfare laws. I think all of them are very important, so I'm going to select those. So this next question, question 3, is very important because it's asking how important you think it is to end cages for each animal type. I'm going to select very important for every animal species. Question 4 is asking what you think makes it hard for farmers to stop using cages. I'm going to be choosing other, and then explaining that I think there is a lack of clarity and transparency from EU officials on when they actually plan to make proposals for new laws. And this has led to people trusting EU authorities less and has made it difficult for farmers to plan for the future. You, of course, are free to answer something like this in your own words if you agree. So something like this, of course, do put it in your own words even if you do agree with what I've said. Question 5 wants to know what kind of help you think farmers need in order to go cage-free. And I'm going to select all of the options except long transition periods, because I don't think that long transition periods are needed. Often they just end up delaying the important improvements that animals need. Question 6 is asking for your opinion about how welfare rules can be made clearer and less bureaucratic while still improving animal welfare. I'm going to select clearer and more operational legal provisions, clearer roles and responsibilities, and wider use of digital monitoring tools, as I do think these things could help. The next question is asking whether you think imported animal products should meet EU welfare standards. For each option, I'm going to select for all the EU animal welfare standards. As you can see, I've also selected other, and in the free text box, I'm also going to just write fish. Question 8 wants to know how non-EU countries can be helped to meet higher welfare standards. I'm going to select all the options except long transition periods. Okay, next question. Basically, this question is asking whether you think EU-wide rules make things fairer for farmers in different countries. I'm going to select very large extent. Question 10, put simply, is asking how much you think measuring actual animal well-being, like injuries, behaviour and health, could improve animal welfare. I'm going to choose very large extent for the first 3, and when it comes to other, I will just click no opinion, don't know. You can leave this next box blank. Moving on to question 11. It's asking about the practice of killing day-old male chicks, which happens widely across the egg industry because male chicks can't lay eggs. I think it's very urgent to end this cruel practice, so I will select this option. Okay, we finished all the multiple choice questions. We just have a few more minutes and you'll be finished. Put simply, question 12A wants your opinion on what you would want to see change for farmed animals and why. This is your chance to make your unique voice heard for animals, so it's really worth taking a bit of time here. You might want to think about a farmed animal welfare issue that you've seen or heard about that concerns you. Perhaps you're most concerned about the fact that, for example, animals are mostly kept in cages on farms, or that male chicks are killed when they're only a day old, or maybe you feel very strongly that welfare standards in the EU should also be applied to imports from the outside. So have a think about this in your mind, and then it might be useful to answer this question. If you could change one thing about how farmed animals are kept, what would it be and why does it matter to you? Moving on to 12B. This is the last required question, so you're almost there. It's basically asking what you think farmers need to succeed in improving animal welfare and how improved welfare could actually help farming. When answering this question, you might want to ask yourself questions like, how can better animal welfare also be good for farming businesses? For example, healthier animals, consumer trust or consumer demand? Or, if we improve animal welfare, what would farmers need to succeed? For example, funding, training or support to move to higher welfare. While this is a question that is not directly about animals, it's still important to answer. And remember, you don't need to be an expert because you just need to share your own opinion. So you might want to ask yourself these questions to help you answer the question. We're up to question 13. This is the last question and it is entirely optional. If there's anything else that you want to add, now is the time. You might want to add or share a personal experience, highlight issues not already covered, or emphasize what matters the most to you about animal welfare. If you don't have anything else to add, feel free to leave this section blank. And as you can see, right at the end, you have this option to upload a file with more of your thoughts. You can also just not do that, leave this blank as well if you don't have anything more to add. Finally, you might want to just go back once over your answers and check them. And after that, just click submit.
And that's it. Thank you for taking the time to help animals today. If you want to do even more, please share this with a friend and ask them to take part as well. The EU is counting responses, so that means every person matters. And the more of us there are, the harder we are to ignore. Thank you.